season. I have weathered you before, I will weather you again. Stronger than ever known, never alone. Stronger than ever mind. Look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor, stronger than ever. Yeah. No teardrop, no howling winter wind could ever throw me off my journey. I will walk without a fear, past the wolf at my front door. Stronger than ever known, never alone. Stronger than ever mind. Look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor. When I look back on all I've done, everything I've lost or won, it all fades into the glory of my never-ending story. Stronger than ever known, never alone. Stronger than ever mind. Look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor. Stronger than ever known, never alone. Stronger than ever mind. Look how I've grown. Lifted in every endeavor. Stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. Stronger than ever. Stronger than ever.
Hello. Hello to all of you online. My name is practitioner and soon-to-be minister Shelley Walker. My pronouns are she, her. And it is an absolute joy to be in community this day. Welcome, welcome. I have a few notes. If you are new or new-ish here, I want to let you know that you have stepped into an inclusive, progressive, and compassionate community. We welcome all people. We welcome you exactly as you are this day. We are a busy, vibrant, growing community, and we have a lot going on. You can check out our website, newthoughtcsl.org, for more information about what we are doing. And we have a fantastic welcome table for those of you here in the building, right outside these doors. You can check that out. If you have any questions about who we are, what we do, why we do it, there are lots of us that can answer your questions. I just want you to know right now, you're welcome. Welcome home. Welcome home. This is the time in our service when we honor that we are on the ancestral land of the Kalapuya people, and we affirm Indigenous history, experience, and sovereignty. For those of you who are joining us online, I want to say a great big thank you and welcome and hello. We have some marvelous online hosts today, practitioners Annette Nelson and Beth Doyle, our jet lag. I'm running out of nouns. I just got back from the UK. They are operating our chat. And so say hi to them for me in the chat there and make sure you note where you're watching us from. But this is your opportunity. If you're joining us from home today, this is your chance to grab a candle. In a few minutes, we're going to have our spiritual practice. We light a candle here. You might like to have a candle of your own to light, to recognize that that light within you is the same light that is in the world. It is the light of the divine, and it's so good. If you would like to, this is our time when we speak our vision and our mission. And so this is our why and our what and our why. So if you would like to, please join me with one voice in sharing our vision. Recognizing our oneness, we envision a world that works for everyone and all creation. And our mission, providing spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Speaking of our oneness and personal and global transformation, I know that June is Pride Month, but here in Portland, our Pride festivities are happening right now, yesterday and today. And Reverend Shannon is at our Pride booth with a bunch of our community. John has some photos for us. Oh my gosh. I'm a little jealous. Look how beautiful the booth is. They are having an absolutely amazing weekend down there, reminding everyone that love always wins. And Reverend Shannon has really been enjoying her time down there with our people and with the community. So we celebrate Pride around here, y'all. Pride is a joy-filled activity for us. So I'm so glad that Reverend Shannon is there. She sends her big love to you today. She will be back next Sunday. Let's give a hand for Pride, shall we? I'm going to invite you, if you haven't already, to turn down or silence your cell phones. But I have some flowers here you might have noticed. Some really beautiful flowers. This arrangement, you might guess, was for a really special wedding that happened here yesterday. Reverend Shannon did a wedding yesterday, and these beautiful flowers are in honor of the married couple, our very own Renette de la Torre and Matt Schmidt. Congratulations, you two. We are so happy for you. Love, love, love. And then these beautiful Gerber daisies and sunflowers are from our own Alan Israel in celebration of his completing his course of cancer treatment and to acknowledge the support of our NTCSL community. Congratulations, Alan. We're so happy for you. All right, I'm going to invite practitioner Doug up to grace us with an opening blessing. Thanks, Doug.
please join me for our opening blessing. Take a deep, energetic breath. I encourage you to close your eyes or cast them gently down. I'm grateful to be in community today, our global community, our universal community, a community that we have created that is safe, that is a safe place for diversity, a safe place for expression, a safe place where we can all be our unique and true selves, a place where we can express and learn and love and grow. A place where we can allow Spirit to work through us. We are the manifestation of Spirit in this world. We are the light in the world. And I know right here and right now where each one of us are, all of Spirit is, love is. It's the one life, the one love that is present everywhere, all-knowing, all-powerful, working good and working love through each one of us. I'm so grateful for all the hands that make this possible, everything happening in front of and behind the scenes, everything leading up to this, everything that supports all the work of our community. That is Spirit in action through us. I'm so grateful for this time that we have together, all of this and so much more, and so it is. Now is our time for spiritual practice. For those at home, I encourage you to light your own candle with us. Please stand as you are able and join us to this prayer set to music.
Y'all join us.
We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the love wash over us. We let it be.
Good morning. The following is an excerpt from A Defense of Joy by Mario Benedetti and translated by Maria Popova. Defend joy like a trench. Defend it from scandal and routine, from misery and misers, from truancies passing and permanent. Defend joy as a principle. Defend it from bewilderments and bad dreams, from the neutral and the neutron, from sweet infamies and grave diagnoses. Defend joy like a flag. Defend it from lightning and melancholy, from the fools and the frauds, from rhetoric and ruptures of the heart, from the endemic and the academic. Defend joy as a destiny, from vacations and ruts, from obligations to be joyful. Defend joy as a certainty. Defend it from rust and smut, from uppercase and the casket, from the famous patina of time. Defend joy as a right. Defend joy as a right. And so it is. Amen.
That was beautiful. Y'all, please help me welcome the incredible Glenn Hoover.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I had things you need to borrow, oh, no one can those of your needs that you won't let show. Yeah. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. For me, I'll help you carry on. For it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. You just call on me, brother, when you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'd understand. We all need somebody to lean on. If there is a load that you
right, y'all. I have a real treat for you today. We have a very special speaker today that I'm really excited that we all get to hear from today. Reverend Abigail Scherer is a vibrant minister, dynamic speaker, and compassionate spiritual counselor dedicated to inciting a global love-olution. I am on board with that. By awakening people to their divine magnificence. With a heart for transformation and community, she founded Sister Spirit Women's Retreat in 2008. I have heard phenomenal things about Sister Spirit, Rev. Abigail. And the Next Gen Retreat in 2015. And these are spaces that empower authenticity, leadership, and love across generations. And I know that the Sister Spirit Retreat is in Washington now, so we'll watch for that next time. A graduate of Holmes Institute with a master's in consciousness studies, Rev. Abigail founded CSL Peninsula, served as associate minister at CSL Seattle, and is now a free agent minister. Recognized with the Global Youth Champion Award for her work with the Next Gen Retreat in 2017, and she was featured on the cover of Science of Mind magazine in 2018. She weaves wisdom from all faiths with practical tools for joyful living. That is right up our street around here, isn't it? With a spirit as playful as her hair, her message is clear. Love is the way, and the way knows the way. Please help me welcome Reverend Abigail Scherer.
What if I were to tell you that the Messiah is in this room? What if I said the second coming of Christ is here? What if the person who brings peace to this country is here? Or maybe online? How would you treat those around you? Would you look around? Is it Sherry? Is it Johnny and Robbie? Is it Shelley? Is it Doug? Who is it? All of us, for those of you who online didn't hear that. It's an interesting story that comes from The Different Drum by M. Scott Peck. And he talks about a monastery. The monastery was dying and only a handful of monks were remaining. And a rabbi, a very wise, respected elder rabbi, came to the monastery. And before he left, he whispered, "The Messiah's among you." And the monks began looking at each other with newfound reverence. Is it him? Is it him? And they started treating each other as if they were God incarnate. And something shifted in that monastery. Something awakened within them. And it started drawing people to their order. And before they knew it, it was bustling and thriving. I love that story because it reminds me of who we are, of our potential, of who we can be. And the question is, are you embodying that? Are you embracing it? Are you looking upon your neighbors, your friends, those you love, those you hate? In that sense, is it possible for you to see the incarnate in them? And is it possible for you to see the incarnate in yourself? We have been living in a time of deep national and personal division. And it's been a challenge for me. It causes me to step into my spiritual practice in a very deep way. And I see political polarization. I see how it's fracturing families, neighborhoods, friends. Sadly, racism is still around. So is homophobia. So is sexism. It's not just in our systems, but sometimes it even shows up in our spiritual communities. Especially when we skip over our pain and just lunge into it's all love and light. That's called spiritual bypass, by the way, everybody, just so you know. Just so you know. It's really easy, I've noticed, especially in New Thought communities, many of which I've been a part of. I've heard people say it a lot. Well, everything's fine. Everything's happening for a reason. Don't worry about it. We're all one. It's true. We are all one. It's true. We are all one. But how does that make you behave? How does it stir you? How does it open you to what the next right and perfect steps are for yourself, for this community, for this country, for this world? And even if somebody is spiritual bypassing, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It just means you're human. Because discomfort is uncomfortable. Ugh. Discomfort is uncomfortable. And I'm living in discomfort right now. It's uncomfortable to see people behave harmful to one another. It's sometimes uncomfortable to even know that a friend or family member, or even ourselves, have done those very things. But I recognize that discomfort is actually a sacred space. Discomfort is that in-between place. The place of the mystery. There may be women in this room who've been pregnant before. And in the space of before the pregnancy and the actual baby coming through, there's discomfort. There's discomfort because there's this gestation time period. Things are rearranging, things are being taken apart, nutrition is coming from all over areas. Like there's just like this whole thing that's happening. And the mom has some control by eating certain things and the thoughts and methodology, but there's still a lot that's out of the mom's control. And maybe our country is in that place of discomfort right now. But it's actually a place that leads up to birth. If we're willing to participate. If we're willing to say, I'm going to be part of this co-creation. I'm going to be part of making sure the nutrients go in the body of my community. I'm going to be a part of contributing to the vision of what a world that works for everyone looks like. I'm going to be a part of making sure that I am utilizing every possible tool I have for the benefit of humankind. And if you're willing to do that, maybe something miraculous will happen. Because I believe in miracles. They happen every day. I've seen them happen over and over and over again. If you've been in this teaching long enough, you have seen miracles. If you have prayed, if you have visioned, if you had said affirmations, and you have done your spiritual practices, guaranteed, I can tell you, you have seen miracles. And we need to keep talking about them. We need to tell each other the truth. The truth is that we live in a miraculous world, that we're part of a co-creation that is the infinite spirit that loves itself so much it birthed itself as humanity, and it loves to see its own expression of diversity. But that sometimes is challenging if we forget who we are, or maybe we forgot why we incarnated. Or maybe we forget that we have a special gift that is uniquely ours, that has been brought into this world just because the world needed it at such a time as this. But that's what we're here for. To be this beautiful tapestry of life, to be the spiritual mystics, the visionaries, the boots on the ground, the prayers on the earth. What have you come here to be? It's interesting because a lot of people say, well, we're a welcoming community. We're a welcoming community. The question is, if we are a welcoming community, does everybody feel like they belong? I love Brené Brown. I'm a huge fan. Big Brené Brown fan. And she says that true belonging is not about blending in. She says belonging doesn't require us to change who we are. It requires us to be who we are. It is not sameness. It's sacred diversity at the same table. She also talks about belonging being different from fitting in. Fitting in as, what do I need to change in order to be accepted by this group of people? And belonging asks, can I show up as my whole self and be loved as I am? The truth is, everybody longs to be seen and heard and appreciated and loved for exactly who they are. But that doesn't always happen. And people get their guard up. And people walk into spaces looking around, wondering, is there anybody else like me here? And if they don't see somebody else like them, they may not feel like they belong. We have to do some more work to create a sense of connection, to create a sense that anybody who walks into this community and other communities like this, that they can walk in and see a reflection of themselves around them. A reflection of the makeup of the community. And if that's not being seen, then it's an opportunity to evaluate, what else can I be in order to express that truth to those around me? What am I not looking at? What are my blind spots? What am I afraid of? If you've heard the name Bryan Stevenson, you would know that he's the founder of the Equal Justice Initiative. And he says that the first step in healing injustice is proximity. He tells the story of visiting people on death row. And he looks at them in their eyes, seeing the humanity in these people. Is that something that you could do? Knowing what they've done? He can. He also knows that there's a percentage of people who are on death row who've been unrightfully accused of something that they did not do. And he is committed to justice. But even in that, his mission is about bringing people in, about embracing humanity and recognizing that each of us, this is what he said, each of us is more than the worst thing we've ever done. He didn't send love from a distance. He looked at people in the eye and saw that there's something beyond, something more than any action that's been taken. Now, maybe you're in this room or you're online and you've done some pretty difficult, challenging actions. Well, that doesn't mean that's the truth of you. The truth of you is that you are a being here who put on an earth suit and forgot who you were. And your job is to remember. I watched this video 10 years ago that actually changed my life. It's a TEDx video about forgiveness. The man's name who talked is Sammy Ranhel. And he doesn't start off with the crux of his story, but I had to just go right into the crux of his story. The crux of his story is that he was a gang member. He was incredibly violent, and he was even taken from one prison the guards wanted to take him to a more maximum security prison. And when he got into front of that maximum security prison, the guards there said, "No, he is too violent. He is not welcome here. We are not able to handle him." And for some reason, in his heart and in his soul, he said, it's something to be rejected by society, but to even be rejected by prison, what kind of person is that? And he goes on to talk about how he got into a different prison system and he was required to do, or he agreed to do some type of therapy, and he thought, I'll play this game. I'll do this therapy thing. And in therapy, because he thought he would get a limited sentence if he did this therapy, the therapist asked him about his mother. And when he started talking about what he had experienced as a kid, the incredible abuse from his mother and his mother's brother, raping, shame, humiliation, terrible things that no human should ever experience. And how he had to get away, and when he finally ran away from his house, he was so angry, he wanted to beat people up. And he maintained that anger throughout his life until he got in front of this therapist. And the therapist asked him if he had ever committed anything like his mother had done to him. And something in that awakened him. Maybe you've heard the words, hurt people, hurt people. And he had a life transformation. Because for the first time he was heard, he was listened to, he was acknowledged as a human. He was told that the things he had experienced, that nobody should have to experience that. He felt love. That video made me question everything. Who was I judging? His whole talk was on forgiveness because he had to forgive himself. And he wanted to be a place of representing what forgiveness could look like because he had committed horrendous acts. Because he was hurting so bad. So one of the things I recognize is that we need to use tools to build bridges. This is not a place or a time to pretend like nothing's going on. This is a time where you get to be challenged, and you get to be the one who implements the building of bridges. In modern psychology and neuroscience, they have this idea of the amygdala. I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's the fear center of the brain. And that fear center activates when we see people not like us. And it says it's a threat. So our brain's wired for, oh my God, you're different than me, you're a threat. But empathy quiets that response. It calms it, it removes it. And how do we have empathy? We cannot unless we hear other people's stories that are different than us, unless we surround people in our inner circle who are different than us. Now, I had this great thing that was done at one of the Centers for Spiritual Living conventions by the diversity team. And they said, okay, we want you to do an evaluation. 10 people who are closest to you in your life. No family. Family doesn't count. 10 people that are closest to you. Now, first of all, I want you to write down their gender. Then I want you to write down their age. Then I want you to write down their educational level. Then I want you to write down their ethnicity. Then I want you to write down their physical ability. So they went through all these different things. And they said, okay, now look at your paper. This will show you where your biases are. And I looked at my paper, and I am, first of all, a gay woman, and second of all, I do women's ministry a lot. So I noticed all the people on my paper were women. And I was like, oh my God, at least I had different ages, I had different ethnicities. I was really proud of myself for that. But then I was like, okay, I don't have any men in my intimate life. Right after that workshop, there was another workshop that was about radical self-care and accountability. And there was 2 men who were ministers who were sitting in front of me. And a friend of mine and I, who are prayer partners, they were like, the 2 men looked over at each other and said, hey, you want to be radical accountability buddies? And they looked at each other. And I looked at my prayer partner buddy, and I turned to her and I said, hey, you want to invite them to be our radical prayer partner accountability buddies? And she's like, yeah. And so immediately I pulled 2 men into my life who I'm very close to now. We've been radical accountability buddies weekly for the last 7 years. But I wouldn't have noticed that if I hadn't paid attention, if I hadn't done this activity, if I hadn't evaluated my own life and looked at my own biases. It's really important. Does everybody around you vote like you? Do you have dinners with people who are different than you? Is everybody in your same age bracket? Just ask yourself these questions. And if you notice you might have a tendency towards one direction, take action, take initiative, go outside of your comfort zone. Invite somebody in that might be different than you. How many trans friends do you have? Non-binary? Gay? Lesbian? Different ethnicities? There's a lot of different variables out there, but it's good to look at that. And the last thing I want to say is to call people in, not out. We're all evolving. We're all learning in this process. Activist Loretta Ross teaches the difference between calling out, which shames people, and calling in. It doesn't mean ignoring harm. It's a place to invite transformation. She tells of a story of a student who'd said something offensive in her class. And during the class, she didn't say anything. Because if she had, it would have embarrassed her. But after class, she pulled the student aside and asked her questions. She said, what did you mean by that? Where did you learn that? And has anybody ever told you how that might land? And then Ross told her own experience of how that particular slur lands for her. I've had this happen a lot for me. Where have I been called out and shut down? I used to, when I met my wife, she corrected me because I called her Hispanic, and she's not. She's a Latina, because Hispanic implies that you came from Spain, and the Spaniards invaded Mexico, and her family is indigenous and did not come from the Spanish, so Hispanic is not appropriate. I had no idea. I grew up in New Mexico. Everybody called it Hispanic, all the Mexicans, and I didn't know. Even the Mexicans did, so that was new for me. But she was Mexican from California. And it was a very important distinction for her. I had to learn to say unhoused instead of homeless, undocumented instead of illegal. People have pulled me in, they've called me in. Because our words have power, and how we speak about things makes a difference. So I want to invite you to consider, who are you judging? Who is missing from your circles? And who needs an invitation instead of correction? Knowing that our words have power, I would like to invite up Shelley and Doug to do a special ceremony to honor people in this room, people online. So in light of celebrating Gay Pride today, we have a powerful opportunity to recognize the unacknowledged pain body that is in this collective space. There is a power in community that we have come together to feel and to heal, to honor and recognize what few will say, but many do feel. So today, we uplift the marginalized, the shunned, the quieted, the dismissed, disqualified, or ignored.
Will all the women in the room please stand as you are able, or raise your hand if you are not? Those not on the gender spectrum, please choose your place where you feel called to participate. If you are at home watching online, I encourage you to also participate. Men, please turn and make eye contact and open your hands towards those who identify as women near you and repeat after me. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me. Beloved women, I cannot know and do not know what it is to walk your walk. I do not know what it is to live your experience. I do not know what it is to be shunned, quieted, dismissed, disqualified, or ignored. I do not know what it is to routinely not have my story believed. While I do not know what it is to have these experiences, I do know that I can take responsibility right here and now to create a safe place in this spiritual community and say to you clearly and directly, men, please repeat after me, I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me. Thank you. You may be seated.
And I'm here as a representative of straight people. It is not my job to out anybody, as our intention in this spiritual community is always, always, always to be a safe space. And as we move to the next portion of our honoring, please know that we have no expectation for you to identify with this publicly unless you feel called to. I will ask you to stand or raise your hand if you feel called, or if you want to keep this private, know that these words are meant for you too. Will all the people who identify as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, gender fluid, gender neutral, queer, questioning, intersex, pansexual, two-spirit, androgynous, and asexual, please stand as you are able or raise your hand as you feel called. Everyone else, please turn to make eye contact and open your hands towards those people near you and repeat after me. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me.
Your voice matters to me.
I see you. I hear you.
I hear you.
Your voice matters to me. Beloved lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, gender fluid, gender neutral, queer, questioning, intersex, pansexual, two-spirit, androgynous, and asexual family. I cannot know, and I do not know what it is to walk your walk. I do not know what it is to live your experience. I do not know what it is to be shunned, quieted, dismissed, disqualified, or ignored. I do not know what it is to routinely not have my story believed. While I do not know what it is to have these experiences, I do know that I can take responsibility right here and now to create a safe space in this spiritual community and to say to you directly and clearly, all others repeat after me. I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me. Thank you. You may be seated.
Now, this part of the ceremony, I would normally have my friends of color stand, but in this case, I'm not. And I want to say that I want this community to be an extra safe space. And I don't know anybody's histories or where they come from or their ethnicities, but I'm going to do this part of the ceremony, and I want you to take it in as much reverence as the other two parts of this ceremony. To my Black, Indigenous, Latin, Asian, Middle Eastern, biracial, multiracial, and people of color in the room, please just hold your hands over your heart. And instead of making eye contact, I want you all who are not identifying as this to just know and speak out loud and repeat after me this truth. I see you.
I see you.
I hear you.
I hear you.
Your voice matters to me.
Your voice matters to me.
I see you.
I see you.
I hear you.
I hear you.
Your voice matters to me.
Your voice matters to me.
Beloved Black, Indigenous, Latin, Asian, Middle Eastern, biracial, multiracial, and people of color family. I cannot know, and I do not know what it is to walk your walk. I do not know what it is to live your experience. I do not know what it is to be shunned, quieted, dismissed, disqualified, or ignored. I do not know what it is to routinely not have my story believed. While I do not know what it is to have these experiences, I do know that I can take responsibility right here and right now to create a safe space in this spiritual community and to say to you clearly and directly, and invite everybody else to repeat after me, I see you. I hear you. Your voice matters to me.
Your voice matters to me.
Thank you. And I want to recognize those of you who were not called to stand or put your hand over your heart during this ceremony. And I want to recognize that it takes deep love to be a healing presence and spiritual maturity to stand in for those who may have caused harm, even when it was not yours to commit. This ceremony is not about blame, it is about healing. And today, you have played an essential role in this work. Your presence is an essential thread to the fabric of this community. So if you would like to stand, would all of the straight white men in the community please stand? Everybody else, please turn and make eye contact and open your hands towards them and repeat after me. I see you.
I see you.
I hear you.
I hear you.
Your voice matters to me.
Your voice matters to me.
I see you.
I see you.
I hear you.
I hear you.
Your voice matters to me.
Your voice matters to me.
Thank you. You may be seated. And so knowing that this is a sacred space and that healing has happened today, that truly that this is a place where the infinite has showed up as love, where something has happened within each and every person here, each and every person online, where a sacred awakening has occurred that is powerful and profound. And because of it, we are all transformed today. And while we may still be in the gestation process, I know that we are also part of the co-creation of it. And so I know that without a doubt, my words, my actions, my intentions, my prayers make a difference, and that I'm here to take a stand for love on this planet at this time. And I'm grateful to be a part of it, knowing that love heals everything. And so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you. Blessed be.
Please help me thank Rev Abigail. One of the things I love about this community is our ability to stand in the truth even when it's uncomfortable, and our ability to simply wrap each other in love. That love that passes all understanding, that love that is the healing power of the divine moving through us into the world. So thank you, Rev Abigail, for that opportunity to be love and to receive love this day. Thank you. This is our time for conscious giving, and I want to thank you for being part of this spiritual community and for supporting us with your financial resources. You know, we only exist because of the gifts that you provide, and know that a little portion of everything that you give goes out to organizations that put feet to our values in the world, values of feeding people, clothing people, helping to make the world a better, safer, more loving place. So thank you for your support. There are many ways you can give. They're all on our website, newthoughtscsl.org. You can text to give at 503-966-3236. But whatever is yours to give this day, know that it is received with such love, such gratitude, and we take such good care of it. And we're so grateful. So let's speak a word of blessing on these gifts, shall we? Please join me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. Please welcome back Glenn Hoover.
Listen, people, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough. If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far. Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause we ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no river wide enough. Ain't no river
feeling an energy that's slightly different, maybe a lot different than what we're accustomed to having on our Sundays, and I'm so very grateful for it. For it's a new way of learning. It's bringing in feelings and a tremendous amount of love. I have announcements. That thing that just came out isn't part of the announcements, but so I have 3 announcements. The first one being we had so much fun last Thursday at the second offering of Part 1, Sacred Numerology Workshop. Everyone's excited to take Part 2. Part 1's a prerequisite and it was recorded, so you can watch the recording and register for Part 2. Part 2 is Advanced Sacred Numerology Workshop. It's Thursday, July 31st, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m., in person and online. This will also be recorded. You can register for both at newthoughtscsl.org. Our Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility team, in partnership with the Caring Corner Food Pantry team, wants to thank everyone who has already donated travel-size items for the hygiene kits. They were lined in boxes last Sunday. Tremendous amount of donations. This greatly helps people in need. This is the final week to donate because next Sunday, July 27th, we will be assembling the kits downstairs just like we do for the blessings in a backpack. You can find the list of items at the welcome table in the lobby or online. And if you are not local or unable to shop, please donate on our website or use the QR code on the graphic. And lastly, during the times that we're living in right now, it is key we ground ourselves in as much stability as we can. Join Reverend Shannon in an exploration of the metaphysical principles which govern our financial wellness. Whether you want to heal your relationship with money, create a healthy financial life for yourself, or build on the prosperity you already have, spiritual economics is a transformative course. Reverend Shannon has modernized this curriculum for the world we're living in today. It's a 6-week certified class, serving as a prerequisite if you're interested in practitioner training. Then it's offered online only via Zoom starting Tuesday, August 5th through September 9th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Pacific time. And if you have to miss a class, it will be recorded for you. There are payment plans available as well as need-based scholarships. To secure your spot, register online at New Thought CSL or use the QR code. If you're here in person today, you can register right outside the doors in the lobby.
Thank you so much, Practitioner Terry. I want to say 2 things. One is Jen, who heads up our DEIA group, let me know. You can still bring those items for the hygiene kits next week. So if you haven't had time to do that, you still have time for that, and you still have time to donate, and we can shop for that. So what an amazing opportunity. And also, I just want to let you know that spiritual economics changed my life. I mean, it literally changed my life. It is a phenomenal course. Reverend Shannon has been working really hard to update the curriculum for us for now, and it's going to be incredible. If there is any inkling in you that it's your time for this class, it's your time for this class. Make sure you sign up. I want to thank all of you who are in the building with us today, and I want to thank those of you who joined us online. We have people live right now watching from Washington, Oregon, California, Colorado, hello, Massachusetts, and I know that others will be watching down the road. I want to thank our online host practitioners, Annette Nelson and Beth Doyle. I love you. And I want to let you know, if you're here in the building, we have that welcome table right outside the doors here to your right. And Laura Schlafly, Practitioner Laura, will be there to answer any questions you might have. I'd like to invite the practitioners down to the front who will be available for prayer after service. And I'd like to invite the practitioners who were part of our service. And Rev Abigail, will you please come back to the platform? What an amazing Sunday. What a good day to be in community today is. I want to let you know that if there is anything weighing on your heart for any reason at all, and you need prayer support, these are your people. Those of us wearing these stoles, we are trained in the art of affirmative prayer. I like to call it the 2-minute miracle. So please avail yourselves of the power of prayer this day. Let us know the truth with you and for you. If you're joining us online, there's going to be a link in the chat box there. Just click that link when the service is over. It'll take you to a Zoom room, and you too can go into a private room with a practitioner and have prayer today. What a powerful way to start your week. Following our service, our sanctuary turns into a quiet space for prayer and meditation. We invite you downstairs to our beautiful bookstore and coffee and nosh. I saw Christoph down there working away earlier today. There's something happening down there. You're going to want to check it out. Parents, please recommit yourselves to your children before you go downstairs. Hey, it's okay to check out for an hour. In fact, it's really good to check out for an hour. Y'all, please stand as you're able. I want to let you know that Rev Abigail and I will be in the hallway if you would like to say hi. We'll be right out there. Please stand as you're able for our final blessing. May you go in the light, as the light, and with the light until we meet again. May the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. You are so loved, y'all.
Happy